Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of RiesKitchen. Today we're going to be making a French classic from the Bordeaux region, Cannelé. My apologies to any French speakers watching. We're going to be using a special tin, but there's going to be a bit more about that later. So let's get straight into our ingredients, shall we? So first up we have full cream milk, vanilla pod, sea salt, butter, some eggs, caster sugar, plain flour, gluten-free of course, some dark rum and some additional butter for greasing our tin. So the first step is to get our milk going. So we'll just pop the milk into the saucepan. And now to split our vanilla pod, I'm going to split it, scrape the seeds and then pop it all into the milk. So using a sharp knife, just split down the middle. And now just to scrape the seeds. So now we'll just pop our vanilla pod into the milk, stir, help get all those seeds out. So now we'll just light our gas onto low, and what we're going to wait for is the milk just to come to a simmer. Alright, so now that that has started to simmer and the fine bubbles, I'm just going to turn it off and we're going to just pop our butter directly into the milk. Now to make the bulk of our batter. The trick here is not to put any extra air in, so we're not going to whisk it. So I'm just going to add my flour, sugar, salt and the eggs, and then mix it through till they're all combined. So now we're going to combine the milk in with our flour here. I'm just going to pour a little bit in first so I can loosen this batter up a bit. And then we'll add the rest. So one of the tricks of this batter is to have it silky smooth without too much air in it. So we're going to sieve it twice through a fine mesh sieve just to make sure that so. But I still want to make sure that I've got a maximum flavour out of my vanilla pod. So I'm just going to pop it here so that as I pour my batter through, I'm going to get rinsing to get the maximum of those seeds out. So pouring my custard through the sieve, back into my pot. And then just that thick custard that's on the outside, just bring it through. Now don't forget to scrape all that goodness that you've pushed through off the outside of your sieve. And then we're going to do it back into the jug. Again, I want my vanilla pod. So the last step is to pop my vanilla pod back in, and I'm going to add our rum. Give it all a bit of a stir. Now the next stage of this amazing smelling batter is to let it sit until it gets to room temperature and then pop it in the fridge. Now we need to wait at least 24 hours or up to 3 days before we can actually cook this batter. Gee, it smells good. Now to prep our cannelé tins. So I've popped my tin in the fridge and now I'm just going to brush the sides with some melted butter. And this way, the butter sticks to the fluted edges better and doesn't all just pool at the bottom. Now that I've got my batter out of the fridge, you'll see that it's separated, as it always does, in 3 distinct layers here. So I'm just going to give that a mix. So now we can pull out our vanilla bean. So now we're going to pour our batter in. I want it to be up to about just under a centimetre from the top to give them a little bit of room to rise. So just very carefully pouring the batter in. So now we can pop our first batch of cannelés into a super hot oven. So that's 230 degrees fan forced for 15 minutes. Then we drop the temperature down to 180 degrees fan forced for another 30 to 35 minutes until they're ready. It is such a shame that you guys aren't in my kitchen right now. It is smelling buttery and vanilla-y and that hint of rum. Oh my goodness. Let's pull them out, shall we? Oh, they just smell so good. Now normally with gluten-free, of course, we have to let them sit in the tin. It's not with Cannelé. The longer we leave them in there, the more the sugar's going to crystallise, the more they're going to stick. So we need to bash them out pretty quickly. So, don't you love it when they just come straight out of the tin? Look at that. Now the hard bit, if we eat them right now, we're going to burn our tongues, so we just have to wait. And as always, for all the details of today's recipe, don't forget to check out my blog at the link below. But the best bit is in the eating. Oh, you can see that crust is just so crisp. The inside is lovely and gooey. The vanilla and the hint of rum just pop through. This is a wonderful little dish. Until next time, everybody. Ciao.